he's been growing.
I'm the one calling the shots.
But next Tuesday, it will put lives at risk.
We need to pull him out the window, load and go. Negative. I didn't ask for your opinion.
New Chicago Fire, next Tuesday on NBC, and get the NBC app. From the producers of Chicago Fire and Chicago PD.
Stay with me.
Comes the next great drama in the city of heroes.
Clear. And he's back.
Chicago Med premieres next Tuesday on NBC.
On an all-new Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Daniel Radcliffe drops by. NBC Tonight.
Your one news source. This is NewsCenter1.
Good evening, I'm Shad Olson. This is NewsCenter1 at 10. As many as 9 people are feared dead tonight after a plane crash in Ohio. Witnesses say a 10-seater business jet was approaching the Akron-Fulton International Airport this afternoon when it came down in a residential area, clipping utility wires and plunging into an apartment complex, erupting into a ball of flame. Tonight, the FAA and the NTSB are investigating what went wrong. NBC's Dan Sheneman reports.
The Hawker jet was just 2 miles away from its destination when witnesses say it clipped some utility lines and slammed into a small apartment building. Roberta Porter saw it happen.
I was just driving down the road and it was like all of a sudden just something, like this plane just appeared out of nowhere and just veered on its side and just flew right into those buildings, into the duplexes there, and it was just engulfed in flames immediately.
A neighbor was live chatting when she caught a brief glimpse of the plane.
Oh my God!
Firefighters who arrived at the scene in southeast Akron found the apartment home the plane hit engulfed in flames. The debris also set another home on fire.
It struck the one house and then continued on into an embankment just behind that house. The plane became engulfed in flames, which ignited the residence that it originally struck, and then also continued on to another residence that was actually behind that house.
No one was home in either building at the time of the crash, and no one on the ground was hurt. Authorities don't believe anyone on the plane survived. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating. Dan Sheneman, NBC News.
Meantime, authorities say that a mass fatality team will begin working Wednesday morning to sift through that wreckage. A big job for Washington ahead of the Veterans Day holiday tomorrow. Congress now taking a fresh look at the National Defense Authorization Act. That after President Barack Obama vetoed a previous version, calling the measure, quote, irresponsible. The Senate passing the act on a bipartisan majority vote of 91-3 today. U.S. Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota saying that giving our servicemen and women our full support should not be a partisan issue. The act, including several amendments from Rounds that he says could contribute to the health and welfare of South Dakota's military members, including an amendment to help develop the Air Force's new long-range strike bomber, as well as a provision to streamline TRICARE healthcare services. The Senate also passing its first appropriations bill for the 2016 fiscal year. The Military Construction and Veterans Affairs and Related Agencies Appropriations Act includes $23 million to construct a new dormitory at Ellsworth Air Force Base. It would also prevent the Department of Defense from using funds to close the terrorist detention facility at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Senator Rounds saying that he is pleased the Senate is finally doing its job to pass these important appropriations bills. Rounds is also busy introducing legislation that would improve veterans care at VA health facilities. The Department of Veterans Affairs missing some major goals. 6 years ago, the Obama administration setting forth the ambitious goal of ending veteran homelessness by 2015, as well as ending the backlog in disability claims. It appears the Department of Veterans Affairs will miss both those targets, even though it has made progress. The latest count available showing about 50,000 homeless veterans on a single night in January 2014. That's a decline of 33% from January of 2010. The disability claims backlog also on a downward path, though not before the claims processing system became so overwhelmed that lawmakers and veterans groups demanded changes at the VA. President Barack Obama now turning to the Supreme Court after the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals blocked his executive actions on immigration yesterday. The president's executive orders would protect an estimated 5 million illegal immigrants in the United States from being deported, mainly to keep the parents of U.S. citizens and legal permanent residents in the country, along with immigrants who entered the United States as children. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest today commenting on the setback.
We obviously continue to believe strongly in the legal power of the arguments that we've been making for nearly a year now. about the importance of giving our law enforcement officials the discretion to implement our immigration laws in a way that focuses on those who pose a genuine threat to our national security or to our communities.
26 states oppose the president's executive order as it now heads to the Supreme Court. Tonight, the Rapid City Police Department releasing results of a year-long study on local race relations. Led by Dr. Rich Brownstein of the University of South Dakota's Government Research Bureau, independently contracted researchers were given complete access to department records to better understand trends in minority police contacts. A key factor in the study being the transparency of the department. As Rapid City Chief of Police Carl Jagera says, public trust is needed for the police to be effective.
The goal here is for the next generation to look back and to not feel like there's a constant degree of conflict between some segment of the Native American community and the Rapid City Police Department. So really the next goal, the next step is to create a new history for our next generation.
The number one recommendation from Dr. Brownstein is to create a cultural advisory committee to advise the chief of police on race-related issues within the community. Chaz Jewett says she was shocked at some of the statistics from tonight's report, but she says she's glad the police department is taking steps to work with minorities.
We want police at our events. We want for the police to have a better reputation in our community. We want to be able to depend on them. So I'm really glad that the police department is saying the right things and, admitting that that there's been some missteps in the past and willing to, be honest and work with the community. And so I feel this is a great event.
A cultural advisory committee is expected to be formed within the next 2 months. The Rapid City Police Department is asking for community members from all walks of life to apply for the volunteer positions. You can apply online at rapidcitypolice.org, or you can request an application by calling 394-4133. Results of the year-long study can also be viewed on the police department's website. Low-wage workers are walking off the job fighting for an increase in the minimum wage and the right to join a union. Demonstrators across the country are pushing to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. Protest organizers estimate 64 million U.S. workers make less than that amount. The federal minimum wage is now $7.25 an hour, though some cities and states have enacted higher minimums, including the state of South Dakota. Today's strike is timed to send a message to presidential candidates, with Election Day now less than 1 year away. Most Republican candidates opposing increasing the minimum wage, saying it will kill job growth. Industry leaders say it will lead to a higher reliance on technology to replace workers. All three Democratic candidates for president say they support a minimum wage increase. Since wage protests started in 2012, several U.S. companies have agreed to increase the pay for their workers, including Walmart, Target, and McDonald's. In their fourth debate tonight, Republican presidential candidates speaking on the economy. The demand in this debate for candidates to be specific, seeming to help the seasoned politicians on the stage and not the outsiders, Donald Trump and Ben Carson, who lead the polls. Candidates asked how exactly they would fix our middle class.
Go to a 3-page tax code. Yes, there are plans.
A bold and simple flat tax.
Yes, I have a child tax credit increase, and I'm proud of it. I am proud that I have a pro-family tax code.
Each one of those tax plans is better than the mess that we have right now.
The impressions from this debate could influence this week's race. The next GOP debate is not until December 15th. And here's a look at today's markets on Wall Street. And as we look at the numbers right there, the Dow rising 28 points, 17,758. The NASDAQ Composite down 12 to 5,083. The S&P 500 up 3 to 2082. Gold rising $1 to $1,089.50 on this day of trade. South Dakota Secretary of State Chantel Krebs announcing there's a total of 8 statewide ballot questions submitted for review. Those submissions including a petition to amend the state constitution to expand rights for crime victims, a measure to set a maximum finance charge for certain moneylenders, and an initiated measure to legalize marijuana for medical use. Secretary Krebs saying it will take 2 months for the office to process all of those petitions. The Mission Employment Center facility at Ellsworth Air Force Base being renamed today. Military personnel holding a dedication ceremony to celebrate the occasion and to also recognize Veterans Day. The facility's new name is the Major General Joseph D. Brown IV Mission Training Center. Brown held a variety of positions at the base between 2001 and 2005. In 2012, sadly, he and his wife were killed in a plane crash. Ellsworth personnel say that they're excited to name the building to honor Major General Brown, but to also honor other veterans.
So today is the culmination of a 24-hour MIA POW run. We started yesterday at 1400 and we finished today at 1400. We had a number of runners, couple dozen if not 100 runners. We also had CGOs participating as well. We culminated the run in the renaming of the Mission Employment Center for the late General Brown.
The newly named training center is the base's flight simulator facility. Pilots and navigators will use that building daily to keep them up to date on their mission requirements for flying the B-1 bomber. Chief Meteorologist Bob Rigue joining us, and nice tribute to somebody who spent their life serving our country.
You bet. Appropriate. We got Veterans Day coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
I'm trying to keep the weather away from the Veterans Day parade, so and I think it will. We do have some snow on the radar right now. You can see that light rain now changing over to light snow, and just a trace accumulation so far from what you're looking at. When it's all said and done, a few areas, possibly an inch, maybe an inch and a half, but most areas less than an inch. But this is a fast-moving system, so it should be out of here by mid-morning tomorrow.
All right, we'll get more details on that coming up in Bob's forecast in just a bit. We're back with more news after the break, right here on NewsCenter1 at 10.
This is NewsCenter1 with Chad Olson. Sports with Justin Wickersham. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Rigue.
Wake up in your first home. Wake up in a home with a new address. Wake up in a home with no address. Your dream home evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
Mavericks Motorsports and Recreation Equipment Rentals. When 4 seasons just ain't enough.
Synchrony Financial. Engage with a call center team that makes customers smile. Engage with a job where great benefits are only one of the benefits. Engage with us. We're now hiring for call center positions in Rapid City. Learn more and apply at synchronycareers.com. That's SYNCHRONY careers.com. Or text SYF12 to 90206. Again, text SYF12 to 90206. Engage with us.
If you're looking for flooring, this is a great time to come to Carpet One. Through Wednesday, buy 1 foot of incredibly stain-resistant, super soft Tigressa carpet and get 1 foot free. And save up to $500 on select flooring. Whether you're looking for carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, ceramic, and more, it's all included with up to $500 in savings. Buy 1 foot of incredibly stain-resistant, super soft Tigressa carpet and get 1 foot free. And save up to $500 on select flooring. Plus, get 24 months no interest through Wednesday at Carpet One, Mount Rushmore Road, Rapid City.
What makes Liberty Superstores a dealership for the people? People with more insight, more options, more respect, more heart. We eagerly serve the frustrated, the hardworking, the people. We believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car, and that's what makes us for the people. Liberty Superstores.
When severe weather strikes, now you can be a part of the NewsCenter1 weather team. Upload your pictures and video with the NewsCenter1 weather app, and then see it live during the newscasts. NewsCenter1, your one weather source.
Veterans joining together this afternoon at the Rushmore Plaza Civic Center for the Veterans Stand Down event. Local businesses volunteering their time to provide a fun and welcoming event for our veterans. The owner of Black Hills Barbecue is a veteran himself, today speaking on what the event means to him.
Being a veteran, it means a lot. I get to feed some of my fellow veterans, men and women who stood for this country and, you know, would have gave all for it if the time came. That's awesome. To me, it strikes me in the heart. I mean, it's a day of celebration for the veterans. It's a day to get together and have a feast. It's a day to, you know, talk about old times and just kind of be together.
Black Hills Barbecue, Goodwill, and other businesses teaming up to ensure that all veterans left with their arms full of the supplies and smiles on their faces. This week bringing us another opportunity to support others and address the growing need for food. Victoria's Garden now hosting the 17th annual Caring Rose Week. With your donation of 2 cans of food, you can purchase a dozen roses for just $10. That's going now through Saturday. All of the canned food goes to Working Against Violence Incorporated. It's just another way that area businesses can help support and strengthen our local community.
The community does so much to support our business that this is one way for us to give back. We can purchase these roses at a very good price and offer them for the $10. And we just like Wavy. We think they do wonderful things for our community, and that's why we chose them to give our food to.
Food can be dropped off and roses picked up at Victoria's Garden in downtown Rapid City. Well, we had clear skies today, but the story could be changing in the overnight hours tonight. As Bob has already alluded to, possibility of some snow flurries throughout the area. He'll give us more on the expected accumulations and what the total will be right here in Rapid City and elsewhere coming up in his forecast right here on News Center 1.
Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich, only at Hardee's.
As a Ford employee, I get to give my friends a special deal on cars, trucks, and SUVs.
It's friends and neighbors pricing, and for a limited time, we're letting everyone in on this deal.
That doesn't happen every day.
And you can see the low price at Ford.com.
There it is.
And that's the low price you'll pay.
It's that easy.
You don't have to negotiate, it's hassle-free.
It's an inside deal.
Now for everyone.
Now with friends and neighbors pricing, you can get a new Ford for up to $10,388 below MSRP. It's an inside deal, now for everyone. Only at your local Ford stores.
Get ready, get set, and save with an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. This Conway Chrome Finish bath faucet from Moen is only $69 after rebate. A Verize brushed nickel finish faucet is just $84 after rebate. Save big on this H2O Kinetics 5-function chrome finish shower head by Delta, featuring a soothing wave pattern spray, just $34 after rebate. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now.
To me, sustainability means being able to feed the world in the future.
We need to produce more with less.
It's knowing that our soil is going to be in better shape this year than it was the year before.
We need to stop erosion at the top of the hill, not at the bottom.
We find that we can merge sustainable practices with profitability.
It's about caring for the land.
It's about passing it on to the next generation.
It's about doing the right thing. I have a responsibility
for the people of South Dakota
to feed the world.
The future of farming is very bright.
I'm Jeff Lochner.
Steve Halverson.
Al Muron.
This is farming.
54? Over here! Here's your Call of Duty Ultimate Care package.
Nice package.
The Ultimate Care Package. A Tex-Mex Bacon Thick Burger and chance to win Black Ops 3 prizes at Hardee's.
This weather brought to you by Black Hills Power.
This is News Center 1. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
All right, once again, let me start off with the TrueView Titan Radar. I just wanted to show we do have some light snow, primarily over the central hills and down in the southern hills. And that's pretty much where it's going to stay. We're not looking for much snow, if any at all, in the northern hills, certainly over northwestern South Dakota. So the snow will continue to fall over southwestern South Dakota. And as I said earlier, a few areas at most an inch, many areas less than an inch, and there's some pockets of maybe 1.5 inches. So let's throw in some winds. It's going to be a blustery night tonight. We are expecting to see these winds rather strong out of the northwest, possibly gusts to 40 to 45 miles an hour. We already had reports of gusts up to 40. 48 is the high temperature. 29 is the low temperature today. 6:40 sun up, 4:31 the sun will be setting at that time. 37 right now. We have some clouds at the airport, and those winds are out of the north at 9, and there you go. We had a wind gust of 40 miles an hour already, and they'll stay rather strong tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Here's a satellite radar. Here's this storm system swirling around Utah. That's spreading quite a bit of snow over in Reno. They had about 1.5 feet of snow. You can see the snow now spreading into Colorado, Wyoming. And the Black Hills, we're right on the northern edge of that storm system, and that's why we're picking up that light snow on the radar. And you can see how fast this thing moves off. It moves further, not in a northeasterly direction, but pretty much in an easterly direction. So it'll stay south of us. And another reason why I'm saying the northern hills and northwestern South Dakota probably won't get much at all in the way of any snow. But heavy snow is expected tomorrow across Nebraska, and then some strong thunderstorms in the Midwest as that storm system continues to move further off to the east on Thursday. And then we get another little weak cool front moving across the Black Hills. So that's going to keep our temperatures on the cool side. Not only tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be even a little bit cooler on Thursday as well. Here we go. This is what's going on right now. This is the model, and the model is initializing very nicely. You can see it is initializing with the snow over southwestern South Dakota at the present time. But when we march right on through the morning hours tomorrow, I stop it at 10:30 a.m. And the reason why I did that is just to show you that that storm system, all the snow is much further off to the east. We'll begin to see some clearing about mid-morning, late morning tomorrow. So we're going to move this snow out of the area in time for the Veterans Parade downtown. And then by tomorrow afternoon, don't be surprised if we see some sunshine breaking through the clouds. And a cooler day tomorrow, but windy day. These winds are going to stay with us tomorrow. We'll see wind gusts to 40, possibly 45. And then on Thursday, another little secondary cool front will work its way across. So Thursday will be just slightly cooler than what we expect tomorrow, and the winds will stay with us, all associated with that secondary cool front. But the sunny skies, they also are expected to stay with us. Here's some of the gusts that we had today. As you can see, it looks like out at the airport had one of the stronger gusts of 40 miles per hour. High temperatures, generally in the 40s and 30s over northwestern South Dakota. Everywhere else in the 60s. But now as that front comes through and that storm system moves further to the east, allowing that colder air to settle in across South Dakota tomorrow, everyone will be having high temperatures in the 40s across South Dakota. And then on Thursday, temperatures just slightly cooler, still in the 40s, but a few degrees cooler. And as far as totals are concerned, the snowfall potential looks like the heavier amounts, generally from Deadwood down through Mount Rushmore, down into Custer, an inch, inch and a half, in many areas only a trace. Here's a forecast for the Black Hills: 41 Spearfish, 36 Custer, 43 down in Pine Ridge. A possibility of a few little areas of light snow in the early morning hours, but that should be clearing out by mid-morning. 46 Belle Fourche, 43 Sturgis. The forecast for tonight: 30 degrees, light snow and breezy with little accumulation. Northwesterly winds 20 to 30, gusts 40. And then tomorrow, a few little areas of light snow early on, but it should be out of the area by mid-morning. 46, and we'll definitely see some decreasing clouds, but the winds will stay with us out of the northwest, 20, 30, gusts 40. And then tomorrow evening, partly cloudy, mostly clear skies. The winds still rather strong, gusting to 35, and temperatures dropping off down to in the upper 20s, around 28. And then we'll cool it off slightly on Thursday. Then we'll start our warming trend Friday, 57 in the lower 60s. Saturday, Sunday with plenty of sunshine. Well, ClickBigDeals.com, get $25 at Dakota Seafood Company for $12. Unfortunately, that one sold out. All the great deals do sell out earlier. But stay tuned tomorrow. We'll have a special Click Big deal especially for you veterans. So you want to stay tuned for that one.
That'll be a good thing. And I don't want to jinx it, Bob, but if we keep going at this rate, we're not going to have much winter.
I know.
We're already.
I know.
We're already exhausting part of the calendar, and we haven't had much to speak of in the way of snow or anything like that. So.
Darn that El Nino! That El Nino is what's doing it, folks.
I knew I liked Mexican food.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob. Still to come, we'll check in with the Hard Rockers as they gear up for the start of the women's basketball season. Plus, Spearfish battles Lee Deadwood for the region title and a spot in the state volleyball tournament. Highlights coming up next in News Center 1 Sports.
Buy one, get one free USDA Choice Angus steak tips all day, every day Monday. Buy one, get one free steak tips, wood-fire grill to your specifications. Buy one, get one free for only $15.99 at Shooters Wood-Fire Grill. Taste the wood-fire difference at Shooters, Rapid City.
I'm a fan of this plateau.
I'm a fan of things that go.
I'm a fan of fan conventions.
I'm a fan of releasing tension.
I'm a fan of all things shouty.
When it comes to snacking,
I'm a fan of hot and melty.
I'm a fan of DQ. I'm a fan of DQ Bakes.
3 new oven-hot snacks like the Buffalo Chicken Snack Melt, Chicken Bacon Barbecue, and Chicken Quesadilla. Served only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
I'm a fan.
The reason we have money and savings, loans and interest rates, and just about everything else in this world is because there's one thing that's worth more than all of it put together. Family.
It's Fearless Fisher's Veterans Day sale with savings up to 65% off on beautiful new furniture, TVs, and appliances for your home. And listen to this. Get no interest for 3 full years. That's 36 months. Plus, as our way of saying thank you, veterans, active military, police, fire, and rescue workers and their families get free delivery. Hundreds of items have been reduced with savings up to 65% off. Sofas, recliners, living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, TVs, and appliances. Buy with no interest for 36 months during the Veterans Day sale through Wednesday at all 3 Fearless Fisher stores, West Main and Rapid City.
$5 off your choice of hand-trimmed, juicy sirloin, perfectly marbled ribeye. Our finest filet mignon steaks all day, every Sunday. Come in and try the best steak in the hills for $5 off. Shooters Wood-Fire Grill, 2424 West Main, Rapid City.
This is News Center 1 Sports with Justin Wickersham.
Region 8A featured 4 outstanding and very talented volleyball teams this season. Unfortunately, only one of those teams can qualify for the State A tournament. And tonight, Spearfish hosted Lee Deadwood in the region championship game. And as you can see here, both the Spartans and the Gold Diggers were well represented this evening. The Spartans and the Gold Diggers split the first 2 sets, so we'll pick up the action in the third game. Here, Shelby Dittman delivers for Spearfish, and that tied it up at 17 apiece. Later on now, the Spartans add to their lead. Ashton Burdett sets it to Chelsea Dean for the kill, and Spearfish goes up by 3, 20-17. But don't count the Gold Diggers out just yet. Carolyn Groger to Miranda Gallagher for the point. A big night for Gallagher, and the Gold Diggers cut the Spartans' lead to 1. Now with Lee Deadwood up 24-20, Gallagher looking to put this one away, but Dean comes up with a huge block, and the Spartans stay alive. Moving on now, Spearfish up by a point. Hannah Cerconi sets it back to Gallagher, who taps it over for the point. And we're tied again, this time at 25 apiece. Finally, though, it's Hallie Schmidt with the kill, and the Spartans win the third set 29-27, and Spearfish goes on to beat Lee Deadwood tonight 3-1. Meanwhile, Red Cloud outlasted winner 3-2 to capture the Region 7A title. The Crusaders are heading to the state volleyball tournament for the first time since 1986. Also this evening, Harding County won the Region 8B championship by beating Limon in straight sets. The Ranchers are making their 3rd straight state tournament appearance, and Phillip knocked off Lyman 3-1 to claim the Region 7B crown. Well, after closing out last year on a 5-game winning streak, the South Dakota School of Mines women's basketball team hopes to carry that momentum into this season. The Lady Hard Rockers made big strides last year in Ryan Larson's second season as their head coach. The Rockers won their final 5 games of the season to finish with a 13-12 record. Having lost only 3 seniors, Coach Larson kept his roster pretty much intact. Leading the way will be junior Megan Rohr, who averaged 11 points and 5 rebounds per game. Coach Larson is also expecting big contributions from Callie Peterson, Alexis Long, Peyton Humple, and Devin Ashey.
Krista Showalter is a kid that was injured last year with an ACL, and she played a lot as a freshman our first year, so it's great to have her back. And then obviously, Callie and Peyton Humple, those two played a lot as freshmen, and we'll be leaning on those kids quite a bit.
The School of Mines women's basketball team is set to enter its first season in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Although the Hard Rockers are predicted to finish 13th in the preseason polls, Coach Larson is excited about being a member of the conference.
It's so fun to be in a league and have a schedule and some consistency for the kids to play Friday, Saturday, so we're not missing as much school. That's all fun, but the scary part is the unknown. We can watch film on these opponents and compare scores and stuff like that. You just don't really know where you're at, where you fall in that league until you go out and play them toe-to-toe.
And the School of Mine kicks off the season this Friday at home against Johnson and Wales. The Hard Rockers open conference play on December 3rd in Spearfish at Black Hills State. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back in a moment.
You still feeling lousy, sweetheart?
Terrible. Day 4 of aches, chills, sweats.
Oh, poor thing. You're just not you when you have the flu.
I don't feel like me at all. Do I look sick?
You look different.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That's not your pretty face.
Feel like yourself. Get vaccinated because stopping the flu starts with you.
Dear future, please help. The present is kind of a scary place. I have no money, no job, no clothes. I feel completely helpless. But I hear good things about you, future. Like, I'll have hair, and friends, and books, and music. I can't wait to meet you.
You have seen him on TV. Now see the award-winning show. Thrilling audiences around the world. Jay Owenhouse, the authentic illusionist.
The show was awesome. I would see it again and again and again. The tigers were beautiful.
Shanghai Daily calls him astonishing.
Funny, awesome. You know, it was amazing.
Jay Owenhouse, America's favorite magician.
My 5th time seeing the show, and I would definitely go back.
Don't miss it. It's an evening you will never forget.
We got the new TemperFlex, and it's got the spring and bounce of a traditional mattress.
You sink into it, but you can still move around.
And now that I have a TemperFlex, I can finally get a good night's sleep.
I flop down on the bed, and it's just like, oh, this is perfect.
I can sleep now through the night.
Change your sleep. Change your life. Change to Tempur-Pedic.
Better tomorrows start tonight at Denver Mattress, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer. Come in and get fitted for your new Tempur-Pedic today.
So, chance of snow overnight.
Yeah, a little bit of light snow overnight. Let's look at the 7-day forecast, and you can see it'll be moving out rather quickly tomorrow. About mid-morning tomorrow should be well to our east. 46, plenty of sunshine Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures begin to warm up on Friday, 57, and then in the lower 60s Saturday and Sunday.
And we leave you tonight as we prepare for the Veterans Day commemoration this week. Just ahead of Veterans Day, the United States Marine Corps is celebrating their birthday today. We leave you tonight with a small tribute to those brave men and women who serve as Marines.
That's all it takes to start enjoying a membership at Planet Fitness. 4 quarters will get you the best equipment in our judgment-free zone. So join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down and $10 a month.
Join Planet Fitness of Rapid City and Rushmore Mall for only $1 down. Sale ends November 11th.
You don't really think about stability until you don't have it. Auto Owners Insurance has been safe, sound, and secure for over 90 years. That's stability you can count on. Contact your independent Auto Owners Insurance agent today. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Black Hills Insurance Agency is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
You gonna eat that?
At Super Clean Tunnel Car Wash, we know how busy your schedule can be. That's why we strive to get each and every vehicle in and out in the shortest, fastest, cleanest amount of time possible. And at Super Clean Tunnel Car Wash, you can now get your car washed once a day, every day for only $24.95 per month. That's right, just get the sticker on your windshield. For only $24.95 per month, you get your car super clean, super fast every single day. Super Clean Tunnel Car Wash, located at 1501 Campbell Street in Rapid City.
Visit Pump House at Mind Blown Studio in historic Deadwood to see professional glass blowers at work. We offer a wide range of custom glasswork including ornaments, glasses, and vases. You can browse the gallery for gifts and decorations or have one of our artists make a custom piece just for you. You can enjoy a coffee and a sandwich from our Pump House deli while watching the artist work. If you're looking for a unique gift, a private glass blowing class, or something for the entire family to do, check out the Pump House at Mind Blown Studio on Sherman Street in historic Deadwood.
$1. That's all it takes to start enjoying a membership at Planet Fitness. 4 quarters will get you the best equipment in our judgment-free zone. So join Planet Fitness now for just $1 down and $10 a month.
Join Planet Fitness of Rapid City and Rushmore Mall for only $1 down. Sale ends November 11th.